And then the second one we're actually going to get up and move. The first one I want to do is something called a choral response. How many of you use choral response with your kids? Okay, all right, good. A few of you do. Okay, what I can say is that I thought about using this a little bit, but I never really used it as much as I would now if I went back in the classroom. And I think the reason is, as you can see on the screen, the person who speaks learns, and you're engaging different parts of the brain when you are speaking something and hearing it as opposed to just hearing the teacher say it. So we're going to do something called a choral response. Now, when we do a choral response, what I want you to think of it, have you ever had a time when you knew the answer to something and somebody else in the class or someone else in the room said it before you did? In other words, they jumped the gun and said it before. Okay, and you probably have kids like that as well, right? And on the other side of it, have you ever been called on when you didn't know the answer and you got put on the spot because you didn't know the answer? And I think what choral response does is it allows you to kind of get rid of some of those things with the students and make it all equitable. So you need to have some kind of a symbol. Jen Madison is really the master of this, and I really I abbreviate a lot of this, but she's the one that kind of got me started with this. But you need some kind of symbol. So we're going to use a symbol. When I hold my hands up, this is going to be thinking time. And when I bring my hands down, you're going to talk. Okay? So this is thinking time, and this is when you're going to say. And we're going to use choral response when things are short and the same. So when answers are short and the same are the two things that we're going to do. So this is thinking time, and this is going to be when we talk. So we're going to practice a little bit. What day of the week is today? Tuesday. Okay, that was a little weak, right? That's not always one that you have to say it. Choral response with a little confidence, It was like, welcome on, I give you opinion. Okay? So now you're waiting for everybody else. See, I'm the one that's retired. I'm supposed to be the one that doesn't know what day of the week it is. Okay, let's try again. What day of the week is today? Tuesday. That's better. Okay. What day of the week is tomorrow?
Wednesday.
Okay, right. Now, there's a lot of advantages to choral response. And as I said, it does engage a different part of the brain. It also helps you to get a little bit of confidence in what you're saying. And there's some things that are just difficult to say. I relate a little bit to, I sing in the church choir and they say, what do I sing? Well, I sing whatever the person next to me does because I can't carry a tune unless I hear it. So it's a little bit the same thing when you're doing this. It helps. So we're just going to say a couple math terms, all right? So I want you to say Pythagorean theorem. Ready?
Pythagorean theorem.
And some words are just long and difficult for students, and so I think it's helpful for them to just say those words, all right? So Pythagorean theorem says, what is Pythagorean theorem? Okay, let's see if we can, how we're going to say it. Start with the lowest letter, okay? It's
a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Okay? Now, you've done so good. We haven't had. Usually, what will happen is when you ask a question, someone will blurt out the answer before you bring your hands down. So that's when you have to have the time to practice. But again, you did so well, we didn't have to practice. But with your kids again, and again, I think the advantage of this is that the kids are not only saying it, but they're hearing it, and it's at repetition. So I would encourage you very frequently when you're doing this to just do choral response. It's a little bit different. You can also put it with some of the kinesthetic, some of the motions. For example, you can do, put your arms as an obtuse angle. Okay, obtuse angle. Let's put your arms up as obtuse. Okay. All right. Acute. All right. Right. Okay. Let's everybody stand up.